This Sunday, I spoke to you about the nature of who God is. And we used the Hebrew word hesed, which is much more significant, much broader than any English term can convey. But it has the ideas of love and compassion and mercy and grace. But not just in his feelings towards us, but his actions towards us. I also mentioned what George MacDonald said regarding the fact that if we come to understand who God is, we can't help but love him. And we will find everything we need in God. And so this week, in response to what I talked about today and what I want to do next Sunday, I want you to spend some time thinking about what it means to you that God is the qualities and the character that we've said that he was on Sunday. So I want you to take a few moments this week. I'd ask you at least to spend a part of a day asking how you have experienced God as a compassionate God. How have you experienced him in your struggles and in your pain? Where has he come in and alleviated? Where has he ministered to you? How have you experienced him as a gracious God? Take another day to think about that. How has he given us things that we don't deserve? I mentioned in my message about the fact that he called me to places that I could never have imagined. His grace gifted me and then called me to the very places that I wanted to be without my ever knowing it. How has God been faithful in your life? How has he shown himself to be consistent and minister to you? I know throughout my life I've found God to continually provide for me, to show me and guide me in my life. How has God's patience been evident in your life? Have there been things in your life that you continue, unfortunately, to do, and yet God continues to love and care and try to transform you? And finally, think about how God's love has been expressed. How God expresses his love through creation or through his acts of mercy and grace towards us. So what I want you to do is one day this week, or I should say each day this week, to take one of those qualities, God's compassion on one day, God's grace on another day, his faithfulness on a third day, his patience and his love. And I'd ask you to take 10 or even 5 minutes to think about how God has expressed that in your life. Write them down and hold on to them for Sunday morning. Because in our worship on Sunday, I want us to take some time and give thanks to God for all he's done. Like I said on Sunday, and like I said in the last several weeks, our purpose in this series of messages is not to just know more about God, but to know him, to draw closer to him, to recognize who he is in our lives. One other thing George MacDonald said that I shared on Sunday is that each of us has a unique and special relationship with God. No one will know God exactly the way you experience him. And I hope that in that process, you will come to a deeper and greater understanding who God is. So again, think about his compassion, his grace, his faithfulness, his love, and his patience. May God bless you this week.